Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nottingham Forest Career Mode. In this one, there are 3 more matches, but I'm simulating one of them as it is a cup game as we come towards the end of January, and we make 3 signings as well. We start off with the game against Charlton, and then we simulate the FA Cup match against QPR, and then we play another big game against Burnley, who are in the playoffs. So we start off against Charlton. Burke is starting on the right hand side, as Williams has gone back to his club, Crystal Palace. So we're going to see if we sign him in this episode. And Charlton make a decent start in this game. A shot there just flying past the post from Watt. Charlton are a struggling team, but we do get a penalty in the 12th minute as Lansbury is taken out by the defender. It's pretty cynical. He just goes straight into him. And we have the chance to take the lead early on in this match, which is always good. And Lansbury takes it. That's the closest he's come to missing a penalty, as, to be honest, I thought the keeper was going to get to that. So I'm surprised he didn't. But a good start, and Tesha here giving it to Burke, who was playing really well, taking up his opportunity in the side, giving it to Tesha, and then Burke again hitting the shot. Easily saved that time though by Henderson. We're going to see if we get a player in who can fill that spot as well where Burke is playing, as he is doing well, but we haven't got many players now who can play across that 3 in the attacking midfield roles, with Williams now back at Crystal Palace. But we end that half at 1-0, which is good. Hopefully we can extend the lead in this half, and we do straight away almost. Well, saying that is the 66th minute, as the ball again played across by Burke, who's having a good game, straight to Lansbury, and he makes it 2-0. I don't know how many league goals he's got now this season, but he's by far our top scorer, and also I think top scorer in the league. And Oliveira there with a great chance to make it 3-0, but he puts it past the post. He's only got 3 league goals this season. I really thought I think it might have been like the 9th episode when he scored 2 goals. I thought he might have really kicked on from there, but he didn't. And Charlton weren't getting many chances. This chance really was the closest they came, as it just flashed across the face of goal. But we should have made it 3-0 here, playing it across to Mancien, but he doesn't control the ball. He did really well when I brought him on in that game against Bolton, when his shot led indirectly to Andy Reid's goal in that 4-1 win. But it ended 2-0, and we really dominated that game. They only had 1 shot, and it was off target. And from there we went straight into a training session. It's pretty poor again, to be honest. I've not been getting decent growth on the simulations, but 1B, yeah, it's pretty poor. I'm looking at the players here. I decided to add another instruction for a striker. I don't feel like I'm going to get someone in January. It's going to be in the summer. But so I decided to look for a promising striker, a big striker, because I haven't got any really tall strikers, so that's what I want to bring in. And we have a full scout report now for Valdivia. He looks a bit too expensive, to be honest, and also I get an offer for Lenglet for 2 million, but I counter with 6 like I did with PSG. They reject the loan offer to buy for Jonathan Williams, so I'll go up front with £2.5 million to see if we can sign him. And also Demarai Gray, we get a full scout report for him. Surprisingly cheap, I thought, to be honest. I mean, 1.3 million and also £5,000 in wages. I feel like he's going to be a good addition to the squad if you manage to bring him in. So I'll go in with a bit of a cheeky offer, to be honest, for £950,000. See what they come back with. Apparently, Henry Lansbury wants to play this game against QPR, so I decided, you know what, there's a week between games, so I decided to start with a pretty strong team in this one. And Lansbury scores in the first minute, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is a pretty strong side in the 4th round of the FA Cup. If I win this one, I'm going to be playing the next one, which is probably going to be in the next episode. But we start off strongly, I mean 1-0, and then we win the game 2-1, which is absolutely brilliant. We go into the 5th round of the FA Cup, and Asombalonga gets a goal. But Crystal Palace want £4.8 million for Jonathan Williams, which I think is an absolutely crazy amount of money, to be honest. So I decided to go in with an offer of £3.25 million to see if they accept that, and Chelsea also don't accept my counter offer of £6 million, but I feel like we can grow into an amount higher than that anyway, so we'll keep Lenglet at the moment. He's also one of our highest rated, if not, I think he is the highest rated centre-back we have. We also have a full scout report from Mark Stendera, who's got really good free kicks and technical ability. I reckon he'd be a good replacement for Andy Reid, who's going to be probably going in the summer. So I feel like he can really take over from him there with free kicks and good ability, and he'll play well in the attacking midfield role. Maximilian Meyer is on way too much at 9 million for his value and 45,000 for his wages. And also we're rejected in our offers for Williams and for Demarai Gray, who they want £2 million for, so going with 1.25 million, which is close to his value, which I think is criminally under what it should be anyway, for a promising player as well. We also have more training, again, disappointing, no real growth. I mean, Lansbury probably makes the most growth there, but again, disappointing. So I decided to up the offer for Gray, as they still won't accept 1.25 million. I feel like 1.5 is still a really cheap amount for us, with a promising player as well, and they accept that, which is fantastic too. I think in real life he has a release clause of like 3.7 million or something. And we also offer him 7,000, which again I think is a low amount really for a player of his calibre, and he accepts that too. So we take Demarai Gray, who I feel like will be playing more next season when Mendes has gone back to Lille. He'll also feature this season as well, so I wasn't sure what kind of squad role to give him, but I feel like important will be good. I reckon he will be playing as well. And they also reject the offer for Williams again, so I offer £3.65 million, which I feel is getting up to the stage where I might be just thinking about getting Stendera instead. And looking at these players as well, they're not that great. Stendera is definitely the best one out of the lot. I mean, he is going to cost more, but I feel like wage-wise, it's still really low. I mean, in comparison to the others, I think all the others are on about 20 grand, 15 grand, something like that. So I also inquire to Frankfurt, seeing how much they want, and Crystal Palace accept the £3.65 million for Jonathan Williams, but I end up forgetting to change my wage amount. So I see that it'll take us into negative, and I completely forget to change it as I'm chasing Stendera as well. And you see here they want like 3.5 million or whatever for the players that are not great in terms of the rating. I think the lowest there is probably going to be Fares Baluli and Marcos Lopez. They won't sell anyway, and Valdivia they want 6.5 million for. So I'm thinking Stendera will probably fit us the best. I think they want something like 6 million for him though, but I reckon we'll definitely get him for less than that on the contract that he's on. So I offer 3.7 million, which is close to what he is worth, but they still want 6 million pounds for him as we get closer to the deadline. So I offer 4.25 million, as I feel like this is going to be a really good player for us this season and also next season. And I remember to change the allocation so I can then offer Jonathan Williams a contract as we go into the next game against Burnley, with Burke still on that right hand side. And Burnley are a good team. They're 5th in the table at the moment, and really we should be winning this one to get some distance between ourselves and them, but they should take the lead in the 10th minute as Vokes gets on the end of a good bit of team play there and should be scoring, but it hits it past the post. But we take advantage of that and score in the 15th minute. Some good link-up play with Oliveira leads to Tesha hitting the ball into the back of the net, and a great start to this game after Burnley did start well, and Burke, who was so good in that game against Charlton, drilling the ball across the goal, nearly getting an assist like he did in that game, but it led to nothing. And again, Burnley, some really good link-up play and a good save again from Bentley, who has been really impressive this season, and Mendes, who's not been cutting much inside recently, gets a bit tangled there with Tesha, and it goes straight into the arms of Heaton, and really we should have scored another goal, should I say. And then Oliveira on this right hand side, a bit of a tight angle, but it's saved well still from Heaton. And again, Burnley just getting the ball in the box, and Jones hits it, and really he should be at least testing the goalkeeper as it goes into half-time at 1-0. And to be honest, we didn't really deserve the lead that much, to be honest. Burnley were playing really well. It's the most we've been dominated for quite a while, saying that really. We played Cardiff recently and we really should have lost that game as well. But Burnley were overloading us a little bit in our third, and again they should have scored here. Some really good play, and again not on target. They should really be testing Bentley with these shots, but I bring on Demarai Gray for his first team debut in place of Burke, so hopefully we'll be able to get on the end of some loose balls and with his pace as well as the game goes on with 20 minutes left. But Burnley do continue to get the chances, and again Vokes and Barnes linking up there as he hits it over the bar. They weren't getting a lot of shots on target here, and they probably would have scored if they were a bit more accurate with their shots. And again, past the post from Barnes, really should be getting a goal. But we do get a chance to make it 2-0 as Gray gets on the end of a good ball from Lansbury, who's taken out. He cuts inside just like Mendes does, showing why he'll be a good replacement for him in the future. And he makes it 2-0, which is absolutely fantastic. We need to be grinding these results out against teams like this, especially if we're not playing well. And again, Vokes there, what a chance that was to make it at least 2-1. But he doesn't take it, and somehow we kept a clean sheet in this game. I mean, there's sometimes when even Bentley won't keep a clean sheet, but thankfully they're woeful shooting there. 10 shots and 2 on target to just our 3 shots. Oh, it was crazy, but really it's a good win, and hopefully we'll be able to kick on now. And also Frankfurt come back saying that they don't accept 4.25 million, so I'll go in with £500,000 more. I don't mind offering about £1 million more for him than I would for Williams, because Williams on about £15,000 more, but they do accept that offer, so I offer £20,000. You can see here how much better he is than Williams, really, technically. His finishing, his free kick accuracy, all these kind of things, his shot power, long shots, curve, they're all so much better than Williams, and he's younger as well, 2 years younger. I mean, mentally he's about the same, but physically, again, to be fair, they're about similar, but the strength is the main difference there. So I really wanted to sign Stendera. It was going to be one or the other with him or Williams, and Stendera didn't want the contract that I offered him because I gave him important first team player. I thought he might accept it, so I have to offer him crucial. So he's going to have to be a big part of this team in the future, in the near future as well. And he accepts that contract, which is absolutely fantastic. So we signed him for quite a lot. I mean, £4.75 million is the biggest sign I've made so far by far. But I feel like it'd be a really good signing, so we had to reject Williams as well, which is unfortunate. He has been a really good player for us, but Williams had to go. And Eric Dyer, the only player we got back really in defensive midfield role, but he was on too much. So I decided to sign a right back because we've not really got much cover defensively. So I decided to sign Guillermo Varela from Manchester United, and they accept it. For a 1 year loan deal on £4,000. He looks like the best out of the lot that were listed for loan. I think it's about 63 rated, which is alright. And Derby coming with their annual offer for a player that we had interest in. This time it's for Jonathan Williams for £5 million, which is crazy since they accepted £1.5 million less. But I don't think they signed him in the end because I don't think there's enough time left. And Andy Reid wants to be sold in the next transfer window, which is strange because his contract runs out in the next transfer window, so that's a bit odd. Some better growth in this one as well as Gray gets towards a 69, I think it might be. So that's fantastic. And also, we are top still. Yeah, we're still top. A point clear of QPR, who we beat twice so far this season in the league and the FA Cup. But that is the end of this episode. So if you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe for the next one. And I'll see you all then.